first of all, let me ask the question: how many of you people are into stock market? I know that Vinay has one week back. 1 week back itself, we are not into stock market and systematic investment plan, right? First of all, I'm very sorry to be late to the session. Is because I had to drop my kid. Nevertheless, I need to be sorry for the delay. And today we are going to decode derivatives. So the word derivatives, whenever you just open your Demat account, then obviously you see something which is there on this one, SEBI registered or SEBI warning to the people is that first thing is that any investment in the stock market is risk, and you need to be very cautious about that. Today we are going to decode derivatives, but first of all, let me understand what is that the topic of derivative comes from, and second is that what are the different options. First of all, let me ask you the question: what are the different options for any individual if he has some money, extra money after his expenses? What does he do? Invest. Okay. First is, there are two kinds of words which some money is left after his expenses. Then there are two things. One is
after his expenses. Listen, I have a doubt here. So when you say expenses, someone who has surplus amount, they can do investment or they can go for entertainment. So when they're spending on entertainment, do you consider that as an expense or is it an luxury which they are spending after expenses?
So the first thing is that anything which goes from our pocket, we call it as expense. Whether it is whatever it is going from our pocket, right? So one is that the people can save or invest. Actually, the saving is also a subsection of the investment actually. Because whenever you put your money in the bank, obviously bank also gives some interest for the investment that deposits for you, whether it is short term, long term, fixed deposit, whatever it is, you are getting some money into your pocket. Okay. So now one is saving, second is, now we are going to get into the different kinds of investments a individual has, or any company has, or any country has to invest. So one is saving, second is stock markets and its derivatives, so world of stock markets, and third is real estate and its derivatives, I call it as real estate, and fourth one is businesses, where you start your own business or you can be part of your business. Again, if it is not stock market, IPO listed company, then obviously you are partnered with somebody or you are giving some money. And fifth one is you can invest into commodities, which we call it as gold, silver, and then there are some commodities which are there in the market. Nowadays you can also see the commodities which are in the different sectors. And sixth one is intellectual property rights and royalties. So that is the sixth type of investment. So most of the people, they neglect. So for example, if he is saying something about 122-year person or a student is able to become billionaire, what does it mean? It does mean that he has invested in the sixth type of investment, that is intellectual property rights or royalties. So royalties, like when you write a book, when you make a video right nowadays, and then if you are making a music and you are selling copyrights for it, right, obviously. And here when he says billionaires, Elon Musk, all these people are billionaires, their net worth is so high is because they have the sixth type of asset class which has been turned into the business class, intellectual property rights. Now these are the six asset classes. Now how come that these six asset classes are making some people to be poor, some people to be middle class, some people to be rich? That is what financial education is all about. Now today, because most of the people, they are worried about or maybe not interested to invest in the stock market is because of the fear. Today, we are going to, especially when it comes to derivatives, the people say they are very afraid of it. Because they see only in the newspapers, magazines and televisions that it is very risky. So what is risk? When you don't know how to ride a bike, obviously it becomes a risk for you to how to ride a bike. Risk can be mitigated or eliminated or, compensated when you have the education. That's what we say. So that comes from the practice. Today we are going to, as I said, we are going to stocks and its derivatives. So first of all, we understand what is stock. As I said, what is stock? Anybody? What is stock market? Stock market.
It's a part ownership of a company.
Part ownership of a company, right? For example, I started a money mass company, and then I have bootstrapped my money and my family, friends' money, and banks' money. Everything is over. If I don't have enough money to expand into the market, or maybe I want to, do something with extra money, then obviously I go into the public. So to ask money, so SEBI has some rules and regulations to get the public money into your company. Then I start to issue IPO, initial public offer. That means people can buy my shares, and then you are becoming part of my company, MoneyMax. That's what you are going to do within 3 years. Okay. Then this is called buying directly from the primary market. That is when I issue MoneyMax company issue shares for the first time. Then it is called primary market. You all become the shareholders of the company. Now there is a difference between stock and equity. See, most of the times when I talk to the people, right, there is a difference. They usually share equity and stocks. Anybody? There is the people, so, interchangeably use the word stock and equity. So stock is nothing but my company shares in the market. Are you getting? Everybody is getting what I'm trying to talk? Yeah. And then equity is when somebody buys and owns my stocks or my shares, then they are called equity holders. My dear friends, vocabulary is very important. So everything, every language, even one language of money comes when you master the language of money itself. That's what we say. It doesn't cost much. So today we are going to understand derivatives. What is derivative? We have seen in in our mathematics, derive the formula. There will be one thing, and then you will be a plus b is equal to a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. And then you will be deriving. So most of the times, the questions will be given highest marks when a student can derive something. Now, it is mathematics, right? To simplify it, derivative is nothing but, for example, they have milk, which is fed from the animals. Then what are the derivatives of the milk?
Butter, cheese, butter.
First it is butter. Most of the people butter milk, right? Butter, cheese, paneer,
curd.
and then curd. Which is expensive? Is it milk or is it a butter? The derivatives of milk. Derivatives, right? That is also, that's what happens in the stock market also. Okay. How come that we are going to understand? First slide is where is my. Okay, so I am now going to stock derivatives decoded. Simple, practical, and profitable. After 10 minutes of time, we are going to also do some practicals with the sheets so that you are not worried about what's happening with your time. Okay. So here, so what are derivatives? A derivative is a financial contract whose value is derived from underlying asset like. As I said, from the milk there is derivatives. From the stock we have derivatives called stocks from stock market. Indices like Nifty 50. There is 50 stocks together. They will be having some value.
Mid cap,
Small caps, currency, and commodities. So from this, there will be derivatives in the market. Okay, so derivatives are nothing but which comes from these things. Okay, so what are they in stock market as well? So for example, why do we go for derivatives? So first thing is that, as I said, is that there are so many objectives for any investment we are investing into any asset class. Okay, so here stock market derivatives, what they are and why do we do that has come. I think so. The slide has come a bit before. Okay, so here derivative markets. Why do we do hedging risk? That is, like, for example, if you are investing into one asset class of derivative to hedge the risk. Like for example, if I am investing into stock market, if there is a losses in that one, then I can adapt derivatives to reduce that risk or to reduce the loss. Second is speculation, profit from price movements. So that's what leverage, control big value with small money. I'm going to give this to you because today I also want you to experience so that the concept is so clear. So this is so here why derivatives matters. Okay, the problem with the people is that whenever we can't drive the car or bike, then when we come onto the roads, obviously it is very risky for not only for ourselves but also for the other people, right? Like that in the market when you are investing, it is not only your risk but your family and your money which you acquired from the people also lost. So that's why SEBI discloses 9 out of 10 individual traders in equity, futures and options segment incurred net losses. So that's what even most of the people when they're investing, 9 out of 10 people are losing the money. That's where all the tensions comes to the people. Okay, so so second one is an average loss makers register net trading loss of 50,000 rupees. An average. So we are not going to do this here. Your feature. So what are the different types of derivatives of a stock market? For example, futures. There are two kinds of stock market derivatives. One is futures, which we are also calling as a contracts. Second is options. Okay. Here, what are futures? Futures means you agree today to buy or sell anything and at a fixed price, no backing out allowed. Example, you lock tomatoes at 20 rupees kg for today and for delivery after 1 month. That means, for example, in the villages, the farmers do not have money. What do? The sales, the people, business people, what do? Is that I will invest money, but you have to sell the tomatoes whatever we agree today. So that's a contract, right? Even in the lands, most of the lands. So I'm buying some piece of land, okay, and I'm making an agreement with him, irrespective of whatever the tomorrow's price within 3 months. If I'm paying some amount of money today, and then I'm going to pay the remaining amount after 3 months. Lease deal, right? Sales deal. Then that is a contract, obviously. In the also stock market also, the futures means you agree today, you buy, sell at later phase at a fixed price, not backing out. So here, whether the price becomes 10 or 40, it doesn't matter, but I am going to obey to whatever I have promised. Okay, this is called futures, which is nothing but a contract. Contract, it is a contract, obviously. That is going to execute in the future. So now, coming to options. One is, I said, is that making an agreement of the future, and second is option. So option says right, not obligation. So for example, buyer has a right. For example, I am making contract with Vinay. He has an option to buy or not, but I have to sell if he want me to sell. Got the point? I am making an agreement with him with his property. For example, in this case, stocks. He has option to buy or not, but I have the obligation to sell whatever I am getting into contract with him. Take the first case. So here he has bought a piece of land from me for an option, saying that okay, tomorrow, then if at all the price drops or increases, or drops or whatever, drops or increases, he has an option. But as a seller, I have an obligation to execute. Okay. So,
very simple. Okay.
Yes,
Let's say this is a piece of land. Okay. Now it's a 1 crore current market price. Okay. Now option is what I said, right? Now I am having a contract with Ramesh saying that after 3 years, because I know that there is an airport is coming up, there is a metro is coming up, government plan and all, and this is like internally I got the news well before. So I am predicting that after 3 years, when the metro comes and the airport comes, the prices will change. Okay, but there is a risk. Because of the risk, I am predicting that this 10 crore piece of land, it becomes 15 crores easily. But what happens? Metro doesn't come. What happens? The airport doesn't come. There is a risk involved. So I have to protect myself. So I don't have to pay like 10 crores current market price, right? I don't want to pay 10 crores because there is a risk. What I will say is, right, I am going to give a premium of 1 crore. Okay? 1 crore I am giving you. So after 3 years, today is 2025. So 2028 November, right? At that time, I will make a decision whether I want to buy it or not. So at that time, my price will be 10 crore plus 1 crore. So 11 crore. This is a contract. Listen very carefully. Okay? It's 11 crores contract. Now that time, let's say metro came, airport came, everything. The price shoots up, right? So I can simply pay 11 crores. I can get the 4 crores profit. But if that time doesn't come, metro not there, airport is not there, the price is, let's say, fell down to 8 crores. So I will lose only 1 crore. In that way, I am taking a risk. But he doesn't have any option. I have that flexibility.
Option is there are two types. It's nothing but bet. Okay, there is a cricket match here. Okay, going on. And maybe the price of this one is having a bet with me that the price of this is going to be up. Then we call it as a call option. Got it? When somebody feels that, thinking that the price of underlying asset, in this case stock, it is going up, then we call it as a call option. Then for example, put option is when somebody feels that the price of this is going to be down, then it is, if they are betting on that, then we call it as a put option. So now we are going to do an exercise. Have you everybody got a sheet of it? So this is a sheet which is going to make you to understand easily that what's going to happen. Okay. So whenever you do some kind of this one. So here I also give you one paper. How many minutes? It means
5 minutes.
5 minutes are left. Okay. No close. So here this is a call option sheet. Did you get the option sheet here?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
Cash flow 202.
yeah, cash flow 202, that one. So small, but see, you can read all these things when I already shared, because this also from the net we can see, understand. But what happens when to you to understand, make understand, we are going to do some practical of this one. Okay. See here. Okay. Okay. So take an example of here call option. Put over call option. What are the different sheets which you can see over there? What are the different options you can see here?
Stock symbol,
Stock symbol, number of shares.
Yeah. So put call symbol as a
Stock symbol.
okay stock symbol. Okay. Now we are taking an example of the cash flow board game where it is saying that company name is MYT4U. Just write down the name of the company, MYT4U. Okay. So here and what is the stock symbol? Okay. Stock symbol, number of shares, for example. What here is that any derivative, it is not going to be bought in a single piece. For example, Money Max company, if I am selling one share, you can buy a share. But in the market, whenever you are getting into derivative markets, there is a lot size, which is decided by the regulator board, SEBI, for example, in this case. Okay, in our India, SEBI regulates how many number of lot size has to be there. So here, okay, puts, excuse me, okay. Here the stock price is, today's price is 10 rupees, for example. Okay. Okay. Then
Number of shares.
just a second.
But we can decide number of shares.
No. Lot. 10 multiples of lots. 100, 200.
We are paying for that.
So here,
Okay, this is just information.
this is information, fundamental information. Yeah. Okay. So you may take call option 100 shares. The minimum 100 shares you have to buy. For example, take 100 shares. Okay. As I say, 100 shares. Then limit is 5,000 shares. Anybody can buy up to 1,000, up to 5,000. Buy MY2 at 15 rupees per share. So now that comes as a strike price.
Strike price.
So strike price is 15 rupees. Okay. Sure. Anyone draws a value for you. Okay. So here, now what is the amount of premium you are going to pay is 2 rupees. There is a column.
Like 1 crore, right?
Okay,
For 10
number of
crore
shares,
land.
100 I told you, right?
Yes.
Okay, symbol is MY2 for you, number of shares is 100, for example, cost per option is 2 rupees, for example, right? So how much it will become? A into B?
A into the 20 rupees. 200.
200, write down 200, okay? At the strike of 15 rupees, that means today the price of the MYT4U company is 15 rupees. You are betting that
It will increase by 2 rupees.
increase by, no, to get into the deal, you are paying 2 rupees.
So it will increase, so I am paying a premium of
से ज़्यादा होता है, like no, you are thinking.
We are
that-
expecting that it will go up. That's why we are paying a premium of
Premium of 2 rupees.
Exactly, right, 100%, right. Now, what is going to happen? We'll see. Tomorrow, for example, it is going up to 35 rupees.
Oh,
Okay.
Today's price, huh?
So next one,
Today's new price.
today's new price B is 35 rupees. So now calculate the other two things.
Very easy way to explain. Yeah.
D minus 6,
D minus C. So what is D here?
35.
35 minus 15.
So 20.
20. Okay. Keep write it 20. 20 into how much you have to get into your pocket? 20 into 100. 2,000 rupees.
10%.
Now, for example, if you would have bought at the rupees 15 rupees per share, then it has gone to 35 rupees. Then what is the amount of investment you need to put to buy a share of that company? 15 rupees,
15
itself, right?
into 200.
No, 15 into
100.
100 rupees, right?
1500.
So 1500 you need to pay. Here, with the investment of
200.
200 rupees only, you got the leverage of how much? 2,000, no?
2,000 rupees.
So now,
In the sense, we have invested 200, so net will be 1800 will be a profit.
yes,
10x.
we will be doing the other exercise. The next box is here, put side, okay? Right, I just that's what I'm putting here. Imperative for your option right now, for example, pay rupees 4 rupees, okay, per share of this one. So, on the same number of shares you are putting, 100 shares, okay? 100. Write it down 100. Madam, are you getting? Okay. So, how much it will be costing? 100 at the strike price of 40.
Okay.
So, strike price is 40.
Same MY2.
Same MIT. Okay, we are just taking an example, right? 40. No, this side only, no? Ah, 40. Okay. Now, you are thinking you are paying 4 rupees per as a premium to buy 100 shares. How much it will be? 400.
400.
Okay, right. Write it down. 400. So now, as you expected, the price of the company has come down to 25. For example, the new strike price is 25. Okay. So what is the difference between 45 minus 25? 15, right? So what is the amount of money which you get into your pocket if you are
1500.
B?
1500.
1500. Now, if at all, if you want to buy and wait, what could have been the price? If at all, if you have wanted to buy 45 into, see, the number of shares.
40 into
45.
40 into 100, 4,000.
4,500, right? So now this is what the people, but is it easy? Not. Okay?
The
so
decision.
this we are going to do the exercises further, but to officially to end this one, this is called strategy. Okay? Strategy is nothing but you are betting the same. For example, India-Pakistan match is going on. You are betting that India is also going to win and Pakistan also is going to win. So in the options, the people practice strategy to where the people can take the leverage of small changes. Okay, so that we call it as a strategy. The last part, okay, short sales. So what is short selling? You just write it an example of again MIT for you. Short का मतलब है so when stock symbol again MIT for you. The number of shares, for example, 100. Okay, so sales price per share is, for example, 45, as in the above put side. Now, total amount, how much it will be? 4,500, right?
4,000.
No, 4,000. Yeah. So, cost per share now, for example, if the 45 has come to 35, example.
40 to 35.
Ah, okay, 35. 40 to 35, right? So, ఇక్కడ 45 right? 40. Okay? 40. Now how much? What is the this? A into C. What is A?
100.
100 into
35.
so 30,000, 3,000.
500.
So how much the difference?
500.
500. That means you are not buying the options, but you are doing directly just shorting that. Okay, 35 ka 45. So now you are buying with the price, but the price difference is gotten shorting, right?
So 500 loss.
So now you understand. See, this is very simplification of the explanation of derivatives. This is what happens, but there are so many technical things. But in general, A to Z, how the vocabulary is formed, this is what is going to happen in the derivatives market. So I think you understood this one concept, and the remaining thing you can take from this one. And we are going to do so many exercises so that you understand. Your father is there to explain, but in real market also, right? These also, even the options and contracts also, day-to-day basis you can sell and buy. And the people see huge losses and huge profits based upon their emotions, based upon their education level in the any derivative market. Thank you very much. I hope you understood. Okay? Very simple way. Now, how is the financial